As a mainly tutorial and CubeCraft content creator, I've never really dwelled into Hive content much. However, a lot of camera, well, every now and then, I have been playing the Hive. I know I'm a low level, but let's just ignore that. And from an outsider's point of view, I guess you could say, I have a few opinions of my own regarding the Hive Skywars. And this is my thoughts on the Hive Skywars. Unlike the CubeCraft Amongst Lines video, if you watched that, I won't be explaining how this works or any facts about this in this video. Mainly because if you're watching this, I assume you know already, but even more so, I just want this video to be fully opinion based from my perspective, just as the title applies. Each section won't be too long, but it will be sectioned with timestamps as well as titles so you know which section we are on. Let's start with the Spawn Island chest loot. So on every single island, starting off, I'm referring to solos here, you start with 3 chests. I'm pretty sure it's 3 chests for every single map. You can fact check me on this, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. And of course the chests on every single island are different, however in my eyes quite a bit different. Now I know this is referred to as Lucky Skywars for a reason, meaning the loot you receive is 100% down to luck and RNG based, however I feel the chests should be split even. On the Spawn Island chests, the only things you can get from them, from what I know, is max iron armor, snowballs, TNT, max iron sword, ender pearls, and spellbooks. When I said max, I meant that was the best armor you could get, so you can't get diamond from chests, only iron, and chain for that matter. I think this is completely fine. I think the loot here is fine, I just think it's severely randomized. In about 3 of the games I played during the background gameplay, I only got 3/4 armor from the chests, while the island next to me had full iron armor and about 20 ender pearls just from the chests. Once again, I 100% understand that this is completely randomized and RNG based. However, due to the ores, which I'll get onto later, I feel that chest loot should be slightly more balanced instead of me missing leggings and the person next to me getting 10 snowballs and full iron armor. Other than the point of balancing the Spawn Island chest a little more, I feel the loot received in them is very fair. I'm glad you can't get maxed out from chests at the start of the game, and that to get the best loot you either have to rush middle or mine a bunch of ores and get extremely lucky. I'm also glad to see that the loot at middle is buffed more than the loot on your islands. For servers like Lifeboat and CubeCraft on Skywars, the loot you receive on your spawn island is the exact same you can receive at middle. So it makes me very happy to see that the Hive didn't follow in their footsteps and didn't make the same mistake. Now let's talk about the lucky ores spawn rate. In case you didn't know, there are 5 different ores you can mine: iron, gold, diamond, redstone, and emerald. I'm not going to say what each ore does since you most likely will know, or if you don't, you can play it yourself and find out. However, just like the spawn island chest loot, I think these are a little bit unbalanced. I'm not sure if this is correct, so don't quote me on this, but I'm going to assume the spawn rate of each ore is the exact same on each spawn island. If true, that's completely fine. By this I mean there's 5 diamond on every single island, there's 3 emeralds on every single island, not that exact number, but that's just an example. My main issue is how the ores spawn. 9 out of 10 players are only going to mine the ores at the top of the island or in the cave. That's unless you feel like playing a long game or you're trying to trap. You are not mining the whole island to get every ore. My issue here is on one island there could be 5 diamond ores and 3 redstone ores which spawn at the top of the island, and if this person is extremely lucky, that's full diamond armor, a diamond sword, and 3 bonus hearts. So if they rush middle, they already have a massive advantage over everyone else. Then another island could have 2 diamond ore and 3 redstone ore which spawn on top. This would mean I'm getting the same amount of bonus hearts, but if both diamond ores give me a diamond helmet for example, I have significantly worse loot. There's not much that can be done about this if I'm honest. The name is called Lucky Skywars for a reason, so 100% makes sense. But if I spawn on a corner island and get worse stores and get worse chest loot, I'm already at a huge disadvantage. Like I said, I don't really have a fix for this, I just wanted to bring it up because this is my thoughts on the Hive Skywars after all. Other than this, I think the loot is cool. The way diamond guarantees you diamond loot, emerald ore guarantees you enchanted items, and redstone ore guarantees you extra hearts is huge from the Hive. And if I'm honest, I'm a massive fan of this feature. Now let's talk about the lucky ore loot drops. I know I said previously that the loot you can get from the ores are very cool, however I do have a few pet peeves from the loot you can get and some of the spawn rates of the loot. I'm just going to go straight ahead and talk about the emerald ores. There's one item in specific which really gets on my nerves, this being the knockback fish. The one time a day I would have said the fire sword as well, however that got nerfed and turned into the ember sword, which in my opinion is very cool and a bunch more balanced. But all my days, the knockback fish is so annoying. From my knowledge, please don't quote me on this, the spawn rate of the fish is 1.2%. This is not a fact, so I could be wrong. However, the person who is lucky enough to get this item is very lucky. I played a few games where someone had one without me knowing. I would be winning the fight, they run away, I chase them, and despite being really careful, if they run away enough and are decent away from the edge, one hit from this bloody clownfish and you are sent flying. Like, I'm not even lying, so many of the fights I just haven't been thinking and get sent flying off the edge since I lost focus. Obviously that could be down to me not trying all the time, but still it's an annoying feature. I'm not in any way saying to remove the item, and I mean, why would they listen to me anyways? I'm not a content creator rank, but I just wanted to express how how annoying this item is when you're on the receiving end. Once again, I still think it's a pretty cool item, and the fact it's only a 1.2% chance of getting it is very fair. It is just so annoying when you get sent flying off the edge when you know you should have won the fight. As for the other aspect of loot drops, I want to talk about diamond ores specifically. Like I mentioned earlier, the loot drops are only diamond, however they are so inconsistent. I understand once again this is Lucky Skywars, and the fact that you're more likely to get diamond helmet than a diamond chestplate is completely fine and completely fair. The point I'm trying to make is mining 5 diamond ores and only getting diamond boots or helmets is seriously infuriating. Like, please, I already have 4 diamond helmets, I do not need another one. Other than this, the loot drops are cool, the percentages are fair, and I think the loot drops in themselves are very balanced. It's really cool how the Hive has added this feature to get the special loots from ores, and it's a very good feature to be fair to them, so props to them. I also really like how redstone ore maxes out or caps at 5 heart. It's very balanced and means that if I mine 10 redstone, I don't automatically win. Now let's move on to the map designs. If I'm being dead honest, the map designs are amazing. I think they all look class. One issue I have with the custom design is the bloody flowers on the ground. And I don't mean that in a way to hate them. I think they're a cool feature, just there's a thing that annoys me. See, I start my speed bridge on the top of a block. So sometimes I'll start a speed bridge and a plant will stop me from placing a block and I'll end up flying off the edge. In all honesty, every single time it happens, I laugh. It's so annoying when it does happen. However, I think it's class to see how much time and effort has been put in, and I think a good feature is being able to vote for the map. This means if I have a map that I really like, I can constantly vote for it and constantly play it. I do have one issue though. It isn't a massive issue, but nothing is perfect. This is the way each island is placed. On solos, if you can speed bridge, this isn't a huge deal. But if you get a corner island, it slows you down from rushing middle, and it's just a waste of blocks. Due to the amount of players in the game, this map design is reasonable. Doesn't mean I can't be annoyed. This isn't really game changing as such, just really inconvenient. As for Sky Royale, the island placement is very unbalanced. There's not much that can be done here as it's 40 players, but spawning closer to middle gives a huge advantage. Like, I know there's a time limit before you can open the ender chest at middle, which is good for balancing. Just the fact one person spawns right next to middle and another miles away doesn't sit right with me. Other than this though, I do feel that it's clear to see the amount of effort put in, and I really respect the Hive build team for this. Or the Hive design team, just whoever built the maps, they look amazing and well done. Now let's talk about the big feature, the gameplay. See, most of this section may end up applying to the Hive in general. Either way, I want to express my thoughts. First thing I want to mention is the border around each starting island when the game starts. I think this is an amazing feature. The barrier is there for 30 seconds so you can warm up if you didn't know. Considering how long it takes to mine ores, etc., I think 30 seconds is perfect for getting a weapon, armor, and blocks in order to rush middle. It's perfectly balanced so you don't get island rushed and makes it fair for people to stack up and have even fights. The next thing I want to talk about is the length to mine each ore and the chest. By the way, this is all coming on the gameplay, so don't think I've moved on to a different topic. The length it takes is completely vanilla, however, it feels a little slow. Like, if I just get out of a fight and want to quickly get some extra hearts, it takes ages to mine redstone ore, meaning I'm put at an instant disadvantage. Maybe just add to mid chest a diamond pickaxe or an efficiency 1 iron pickaxe. I mean, it won't make a huge difference in gameplay, but it will definitely be noticeable how much quicker it is to get stacked up or get extra hearts. And it's very rewarding for those people who are at middle. The next thing is the knockback. If I'm honest, about 2 months back when I used a £10 office mouse and said I was moving over to Hive content, I hated the KB. However, now I have this very epic gaming mouse and the knockback on the Hive is amazing. Like, I enjoy it so much. Not as much fun when you get comboed, but when you do combo people, it feels great. It's just nice knowing that knockback works and it's so satisfying. Even if I'm not the best and people could destroy me, it's still fun nevertheless. Another point to mention is how there's near to nothing lag, because the Hive has regional servers. Fights on Skywars are balanced and amazing. It feels so relieving going and playing on the Hive since KB works and I'm not put at a disadvantage for having better Wi-Fi. It's genuinely so nice, and I can't say this for some other servers. I would also like to mention PvP itself. Genuinely, fights do take forever. Like, I'd be fighting with someone and then the quickest way to win the fight would just to be carrying them off the edge. I use a few clips of me doing this in the background gameplay, so if you spotted any of those points, then that's very epic. The strats on the Hive are also quite different to CubeCraft, which is what I'm used to. I noticed the best way to go about fights is to bow spam, or if you're you're losing to spam blocks and run away. From watching other creators play, I've noticed bow spamming is a tedious strat which no one really does on Cube Bedrock, however highly effective on the Hive. Whereas the building normally happens on every server, it's just funny to watch them go into full panic mode as they place blocks and run away. I've also noticed how many people try to trap. Evident makes some amazing trapping content, and since they're a big Hive YouTuber now, it means people are going to follow in their footsteps. They make great content, so please don't see this as me throwing a dig at them. The point I'm trying to make is the fact now that so many people try it, it just leads to tedious games and people can just camp under the map. So although Evident makes amazing content, they've started a very annoying trend. I know they have a system in place to counter this, but it doesn't work much. Also, the people who try to trap me, they don't even do it properly, so it's honestly just a massive waste of time. If I can make it work with this part of the video, I'll leave some background gameplay showing someone trying to trap me, and it goes so badly for them. The only way I could think to counter this is for the last 90 seconds, make any person below 3 blocks of the ground height for the island to take damage, forcing them to come to the surface. Since knockback works on the Hive, snowballs are amazing. If you hotkey to snowballs, then back to your sword, you can really end up destroying someone, which is very fun. I would also like to mention how sick knockback boomboxes are. They're so effective, plus fun to use, and since they are self-only, could lead to some pretty epic clips. I think that's about all I have to say, if I'm honest. I was going to talk about the loot and possibly starting kits, however I don't have much to say, and may mention it in a future video. That future video would be if I ever choose to compare CubeCraft Skywars and the Hive Skywars. You know what? If this video gets 100 likes, I'll make a video comparing Skywars on each of these two servers. I'd also like to say that since I'm not heavily involved in the Hive community, there may be a few reasons for the points I mentioned that I disagreed with. However, I wanted to give my view from an outsider's perspective. Hopefully won't be an outsider too long. I want to make some more Hive content, so yeah. If there's anything I did get wrong, please let me know down below. Like I said, I'm hoping to make more Hive content in the future as I really enjoy it, so let me know if you'd also like to see more Hive content. Thank you all for watching, stay safe, and bye.